Welcome everyone to our daily Forex market analysis call, and this is in preparation for trading on October 17th, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. So as usual, we will start off by taking a look at our Forex factory here. Not much in terms of news here on Monday. We did have inflation data come in for New Zealand dollar, which was better than expected. And then we have monetary policy meeting minutes coming up for Australian dollar. So anytime we have anything to do with the central bank, it will be important. And this is, of course, very important because everybody's looking to see, or the market participants are looking to see, if Reserve Bank of Australia will actually start to raise rates like some of the other central banks are doing. So in the monetary policy meeting minutes, they would have discussed where the central bank stands in terms of their outlook for the Australian economy, what their growth projections are, or what they are thinking in terms of interest rate hikes. At what point will they start doing that? So if there is if there are positive comments around that or discussion around raising interest rates, that will be positive for Australian dollar. But if they say that, oh, the growth expectations are not that good, or they're expecting a decline, that will be negative. So that's the kind of stuff we are looking for in terms of Australian dollar. And then going into our Tuesday here, October 17th, we have CPI data, inflation. Again, very important numbers, a number that central banks track. So very, very important for British pound here. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And then we have CPI for Eurozone as well as the ZEW economic sentiment. Both of these numbers will be important. And we also have Bank of England Governor Carney speaking. So tomorrow it may be wise to stay away from British pound, especially around the time that we have these important news coming out, or we have Carney speaking. Best to stay out of that trade. And then going into later in the day, in the New York session, we have capacity utilization rate. Basically, this is to see how much production is happening, or how much the factories are being utilized. The higher the capacity that's being utilized, the better it will be. So that's something to keep in mind here. And then we have FOMC member Harker speaking later. Again, that the comments would be important, but the most important critical data here will be the CPI data, and of course, Bank of England and the Australian monetary policy meeting minutes that are coming up shortly. So let's go on to our charts here. So we'll start off with Euro. So Euro, we have seen, excuse me, we have seen Euro come down here. So this is where we are. Price has dropped. It has pulled back. So let's draw our fibs real quick and see where we stand. So we have pulled up to 50% level here. Now the critical level, so we are basically price dropped, pull back, and now we could expect a drop again. So what we're looking for here, okay, so here we need to see if the price is able to break below this 1.1780 level. If the price does break below this 1.1780 level, then we're looking for price to continue lower, and our target will be this 1700, 1.1700. But if it doesn't break, then we could see the price go up higher. So we'll have to be careful with this one. So if it doesn't do this, we could see it go back up again. So this could be our bottom, and then we could see this move to the upside. So very critical level to watch out for here, 1.1780. Pound here, in terms of our daily levels, we have seen a bearish engulfing candle. So we're looking for price to move lower now. And in this case, our target will be this one right here, 1.3150. So this is bearish, and we're looking for a further move to the downside for British pound. Aussie dollar here, we have had a bearish day here, And as a result of that, we would be looking for another move to the downside now, further move to the downside. Our target is at 0.7800. Now, the only caveat is the monetary policy meeting minutes that are coming out. That could change the direction of this, because if, let's say, the Reserve Bank of Australia is bullish on the economy, or they have positive comments, this could that could push the Australian dollar up. So that's something to keep in mind. But otherwise, based on this close here, this rejection off of this important support and resistance level, we're looking for price to drop. New Zealand dollar here, we have seen positive CPI numbers come out. However, we are into this support and resistance level, and price has reacted here multiple times. We saw this drop from here previously. So if the price goes and tests this level again and holds below this level, I'm looking for price to drop then, like that. So this is sort of what I'm expecting, because we have seen rejection from this level twice, 3 times here. I'm looking for a retest of this 7,200 level and then price to drop. So this would be a good entry, and we may want to consider a pending order here. So I'm going to take a look at that. But based on this type of price behavior where it's not seeing traction, I'm looking for a further move to the downside for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here. Dollar CAD, we have seen, okay, so price came and hit the bottom here. So now we have broken up to the upside. And we're looking for price to kind of go back up now. If Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar fall, then dollar CAD is likely to go up higher. So in this case, I'm looking for, based on this bullish candle close here, looking for a further move to the upside. The target here would be 1.2600 to the upside. So looking for bullishness in dollar CAD with 2600. So we are basically looking for a move back into this level here, the previous pin. Euro pound. Euro pound looks like price is bouncing off of this support and resistance level. We have seen price react here before. So the candle close here excuse me, is quite neutral. So what I'm seeing here is that price bounced off of this level in the bottom, but it is also running into resistance here. So this one is more, we have pins on both sides and candle body in the middle. I'm more neutral on this. I'm looking for price to basically trade between high of 89.20 and looking for price to come into this 88.50 level in the bottom. So once we see a break of either level, then we'll have a better idea of what the direction it is. But overall, we see price drop. It has pulled back. So let's draw the fibs here quickly as well. Price pulled back into this 50% retracement level, and now we are seeing a drop. So overall, trend is to the downside. Okay, so overall trend is to the downside. We've seen a pullback. Now it's looking like it wants to drop. So my bias is more to the downside. The candle close for the day is very neutral. My bias is a little bit more to the downside because this looks like it wants to come back lower. So if this is the main move we are looking at and price has rejected this level, then the next move would be to the downside. Excuse me. Yes, so the news can change. The question is, the CPI can change that? Yes. CPI numbers have come out positive for the British pound in the past, and that has been the trend over the last little while. So if the CPI numbers come out positive for UK, then British pound is likely to rise as a result of that. And we could see this could completely get blown out of the water. So any British pairs, we have to be very careful trading any of those British pound crosses here. Euro Swiss franc. Euro Swiss franc is still holding this level. So this is where we are at the moment. It hasn't really done a whole lot. We're seeing a bit of a pullback here, but the bias still remains to the upside because as we can see here, let's get rid of that. We are making higher highs here. So price is trailing up slowly. So as a result of that, I'm looking for price to maybe continue higher. So if the price holds above this 1.1480 level, then we're likely to see the price go up higher. So this type of a behavior, and then our target will be basically at the top here. So 1.1550 will be the target to the upside. So I'm looking for price to either bounce off of this 1.1480 level, or if it pulls back into the trend line, then a bounce off of the trend line. But overall, looks like the trend is still to the upside, and this may just be a retracement of this little trend that got established here. So that's our Euro Swiss franc, but it doesn't look like the best pair to trade at this moment because this price moves are quite small. Pound Swiss franc here, bearish candle close, nice bearish engulfing candle. So I'm looking for price to move lower here, and the target here would be 1.2870 here. So looking for price to drop lower based on this rejection here. Looking for it to come down. But again, like I said about for the British pound pairs, things could change based on the CPI numbers. Dollar Swiss franc. Not much of a we're range bound here, no clear signal last few days. It's just gone sideways. So at this point, I probably would not be looking to trade this pair because there is really no clear direction. It's just going sideways. So we could trade the range though. If price comes into this resistance level again at 97.70 and holds below this, then we're looking for price to move back into the bottom of the range here, 0.9714 or even 9700 level. But if it does manage to break above, then we could go all the way into this previous support and resistance level into 98.20. So that's why the top of the range, which is at 0.9770, this will be important. So two different scenarios we can look for. One is that price rejects at this level and moves back into the middle of the range. That's one scenario. Another one is that US dollar becomes bullish. We break through. In that case, I would be looking for a pullback into this 97.70 level for a further move to the upside. So that's what, those are the two scenarios, but we need to see how price reacts at 97.70 because it got rejected here multiple times. So this will be an important test. Yen, pound yen. Last few days have been very neutral. We've gone up, we've gone down. So this is in a range here as well. This is the bottom here where price got rejected today. The daily candle close is very, very neutral. Nothing really happened. It came down, it went up and closed right in the middle. So very neutral. In this case, I'd be looking to trade the range, not in the middle here. So the high of 149.27-ish level, I'm looking for potential short. If the price stays below this level, then I'm looking to short it. If the price comes into the bottom 148.13 level and holds above, then I'm looking for price to go back into the middle of the range essentially. So that's the trade, just trading the range on pound yen. Euro yen, we tested the bottom of the range and now we are pushing back up. So in this case, since it is in the middle of the range, there are two things. Price comes into the bottom of the range here, rejects the bottom, then we're looking for a move to the upside. So 131.80 level will be a critical level here. And then we're looking for price to go into the top of the range from there. If it does break down, let's say it does one of these, then I'm looking for a retest of that to the downside and looking for price to come into this next support and resistance level into 130.70-ish level, which is the bottom of this pin. But first test would be, first I'm looking, this is my first trade that I'll be looking for. If price comes into 131.80 and holds above this level, then we're looking for price to trade back into the range. So that would be a bullish level at that point. Aussie yen. Very neutral close for the day, just like British pound there, we have our British yen, we have pins on both sides, neutral candle close. With this one, it would be, let's see, this type of a move would be nice, because if price rejects this level 3 times, the third time, then chances are quite high that it will come towards the bottom of this range into 87.70 level. So I am going to be looking to see if the price will test this level again, because that's a nice clear level where if price rejects that level, then we're looking for a drop from there. But the candle close for the day was very, very neutral, and price could go in either direction. We do have news coming up in just a couple minutes that will have an impact. Dollar yen here, we had a bullish candle close, and as a result of that, looking for a further move to the upside. Target here will be 112.50. So looking for a push higher in dollar yen. And then we have Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie, we have had a bullish candle close, so looking for price to go back into this 1.5080 level. So looking for a further move to the upside in Euro Aussie there. So that's all I have. Any questions or anything to add? Oh, and I'll be trading the London session again. So I'll be at my desk around 2 a.m. Eastern. So if anybody wants to join, please feel free to do so. Okay, so we'll call it a wrap. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow.